without giving an exact number of years, but it was a long time ago that I watched The Lord of the Rings for the first time. I remember being on the playground at school, and every break and lunchtime was, for a time, playing The Lord of the Rings. And I don't mean on a console or anything, like pretending to be characters. Anyway, it sounds really very, for the lack of a better vocabulary, cringe. Being young and very dumb, I thought and assumed certain things about characters that seemed to make sense, but come on now, they made absolutely no sense at all. Hello and welcome to the channel Gone with Gandalf. If you've stumbled in here, then I make videos about material from J.R.R. Tolkien's work surrounding Middle-earth, and I release them absolutely 100% on time. There is no official schedule right now, but I'm certainly brimming with ideas right now, so you can expect a couple of videos per week, especially with this coronavirus lockdown as of now, and I sincerely hope that wherever you are watching this from, that you look after yourself and wash your hands. If you want to be sure to see my future videos of glorious exuberance, then click the subscribe button. Was the Witch King Aragorn's dad? Because I thought that back in the day, and I made sure to tell my peers how awful the time voicing this out loud. There is some merit, I suppose, since he is a king of sorts and the leader of the Nazgûl, who was said to have been great kings of men and warriors, whereas then Aragorn was the heir of Isildur and the throne, or the heir to the throne of the greatest kingdom of Middle-earth, and what's more, his dad was dead, so all the pieces seem to fit, right? No. Aragorn's father was Arathorn, who was also the chieftain of the Dúnedain of the North and the heir of Isildur himself as well. But he was shot in the eye by an orc when Aragorn was 2 years old in 2933 of the Third Age, and so Elrond would become his foster father. The Nazgûl, aka ring wraiths, became wraiths, lost their corporeal form, so their bodies, they're neither living nor dead due to possession of their magical rings. These rings were the 9 in the famous One Ring poem, where these were the 9 mortal men doomed to die, except these men couldn't die because the powers of their rings wouldn't allow their spirit to decay as their bodies had done so already. This happened over the course of many centuries, so there was absolutely no chance that Aragorn's dad could have been one of these, since he was actually a reasonably young chap at the time of his death. And of course the 9 rings were given out during the Second Age. The Witch King was a regular man with a body, etc. in the middle of the Second Age, when Sauron handed out the sweeties to the 9 in the 18th century, or thereabouts. He had an unknown name. It is said that 3 of the Nazgûl were Númenorians, so it's fair to say that this fellow was one of them, but he was no king, since the king of Númenor was... I can't remember. Anyhow, the name was given to him during the war in the north, where the Lord of the Nazgûl waged war from the northern realm of Angmar against the northern kingdom of Dúnedain, called Arnor, to weaken the descendants of Númenor in preparation of Sauron's return. He had minor magical powers and was thus dubbed the Witch King. Also to note that, as far as is known, the Witch King had no children, and if he did, then they would have been dead for millennia at this point, since they did not have any magical rings left to give. I honestly am not sure quite how to rationalize how off the mark I was with that assumption, but if you did enjoy this kind of video, then let me know and maybe put down in the comments something that you thought to be true too, and this could be a cathartic process perhaps, and I will be continuing this as a little bit of a series. So if this has added value to your day and you don't want to miss the next one, then you can press that button right there. This is Gone with Gandalf. Wash your hands and good day.